Hello, namaste, Sally Raspberry here. I'm going to finish up the Scorpio ascendant videos as promised. So the sun signs that mix with, or the sun signs that we haven't gone over yet, this is like if your ascendant sign is Scorpio and your sun sign is in Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. Those are the last four. So I'm going to do that now. I just want to remind you that I'm using Vedic Astrology, which is astrology based on the stars, where they are in the sky. If you only know your Western astrology, ascendant and sun sign and moon sign, I encourage you to check out your Vedic chart. It's a lot more accurate and it's about 14 days off. So if you have just grown up always feeling like you are a certain sign, a certain sun sign, it might alter a little bit, and that can be kind of hard to wrap your head around. But I feel like once you really dig into Vedic and see all the different aspects of yourself, then it's a lot easier to see that, oh yeah, I am Gemini, not Cancer. So anyway, check that out. I've already put resources in a couple videos before in the comments, so you can find that easily. Sagittarius, if you are Scorpio rising, which is dark, sensuous, sexual, and your sun sign, your mask, your ego is in Sagittarius, then you are probably quick to spark. I've only known 3 Sagittarians, and they all have incredibly irate tempers that seem to come out of nowhere, and it takes them a long time to cool down. They're very philosophical, but they seem to be averse to anything spiritual. So I'm gonna doubt that any Sagittarius sun people are actually watching videos about astrology. I love that Jim Morrison concert where he says, I am Sagittarius, but I don't believe in it. I think it's a bunch of bullshit myself. I feel pretty much that's how Sagittarians view anything spiritual. So next, Capricorn. Capricorns are extremely grounded and hardworking. They get very fixated and stuck. And they have this really bright quality, if that makes sense. All the Capricorns that I know are just really, even though they're earthy and they're solid, they're also very light. They're great. I like Capricorns. So if you had a Capricorn sun and a Scorpio rising sign, you might kind of have that beautiful balance of being, fixed, steady, solid, but also have an undercurrent of fluidity and creativity and sensuality. Aquarius, I kind of breezed through those first two because I don't know anyone with those particular combinations, but I do have a teenage daughter who has an Aquarius sun and a Scorpio rising, and it's an interesting combination. Just like my Gemini sun and my own Scorpio rising, the match of the sun sign and the rising sign for her is kind of similar. So Aquarian suns are extremely artistic, and they're great visual artists. I feel like artistry comes in different forms, and the air signs are all pretty artistic. So Aquarians are artistic with visual arts, sculpting, drawing, painting. And then Geminis are the communication arts, so they're writers, they're poets, they're newspaper columnists. Libras, the other air sign, they're so good with their hands. They're makers, so they're making quilts and knitting and sewing and making jewelry and things of that nature. Not all artistic people are air signs, but I do think that that's a commonality between all the air signs. So if you have an Aquarius sun and you're very into adventure and you're moving from one thing to the next constantly, never really feeling that you belong in any place and just kind of going with the wind and moving along to the next exciting thing. That's a beautiful way to be. And if you have a Scorpio ascendant sign, then you're also feeling, just that sort of that darkness and that longing for connection. And it can be a kind of tricky combination to have the Aquarius non-attached personality when your very nature, your true self is really to find that deep, meaningful, real connection. And again, I wanted to point out that if you have Scorpio rising as your first sign, that means in your 7th sign, this is the sky, 12 houses, 1st house, 7th house. In the 7th sign of relationships, when you're Scorpio rising, it means you have Taurus. So Taurus in the house of relationships means that you really want to pair up. So Scorpio rising people love to be in love, and they love to be just like deeply entwined with someone. So having the Aquarius sun sign, the Aquarius mask that you wear, that's pretty aloof and extremely independent and can just go from one thing to the next, and they don't even need to look before they leap. These people are risk takers in the best way and really destined for success. But with that Scorpio rising mixture, it can be a hard combination. So if you've got those two things going on, you want to hope that your moon sign is something that makes the trine really easy and harmonious. Next, Pisces. So Pisces sun people are daydreamers. They are creative, they are nurturing, but as I said in a previous video, it's more of like a senile grandmother kind of way. It's not in a mothering way. Pisceans are psychic and intuitive, and they are some of my favorite people in the world. They cry a lot, happy tears, sad tears, all the tears, probably every day. If you've got a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, chances are at least 3 or 4 times a week you're crying about something, whether it's something beautiful or something sad or something you're just reminiscing or you're just struck by something. And I speak to this. I have a Pisces moon, so I'm in that boat with you. But the Pisces sun, being extremely not of this world. Pisceans are the people you meet that you're like, wow, you're a breath of fresh air. Where did you come from? Do you even operate on the system that we do? Like, do you believe in money? Do you know what day of the week it is? Like, Pisceans are really just working their own operation. And when they have something as dark and deep as Scorpio as a rising sign, these individuals that could be a really good combination where they kind of lift themselves up into the more shallow part of the ocean whenever they find themselves getting too deep. So I'd say it's a pretty harmonious combination. It's very watery. So if you had your sun in Pisces and your ascendant is Scorpio, you're probably gonna do best with like a moon sign that's in something earthy, maybe Taurus. So we did it. We got through Scorpio and all 12 of the signs. These are just my opinions and what I've observed. And if you feel differently and these are your signs, be sure to let me know. I hope that you give Vedic astrology a try. I feel like it's an incredible tool toward healing and toward understanding yourself and the world that we're in. If we're going to change the world, we have to first be realistic about how we are and how it is. And I do think Western astrology has its place, but I don't see it as a scientific tool the way Vedic astrology is. So check it out. And the next thing I'm going to do is a series of moon videos, because your moon is how you relate to other people. Sun sign is the mask you wear. Rising sign or ascendant is who you truly are, the stardust you're made of. The moon sign is your emotions and your mentality and how you relate to other people. Thank you. Namaste.